Hello students, on this video I'm going to show you how to solve this problem that has something to do with the rules of exponents. Okay, so this is the division of two algebraic expressions. So we're going to go ahead and find an answer to it. Okay, first of all, remember that the rules of exponents only apply to variables that have exponents. For example, in this case, m to the power of 4 divided by m to the power of 7. Then you apply the rules of exponents to those two numbers, okay? But if you're looking at these big numbers, the 3 and the 8, those are not exponents, okay? So those are just constants or normal numbers, and they have to be divided normally, right? 3 divided by 8. There's no rules of exponents involving here, okay? So that is really, really important when you're trying to simplify these expressions, to see the difference between whole numbers or constants and exponents in blue. Okay, so let's go ahead and carry forward into solving this expression. So the first thing that you're going to divide is going to be the signs. You can start by doing that, or if you want to think about it as a sign and a number, that's the same thing. Okay, and when you divide two numbers with the same sign, the result is always going to be positive. Okay, or a different way to see this is you're going to cancel out the negative signs. Okay, so the result is not going to be negative. You're just going to cancel out the negative signs. Okay, so let's go ahead and start simplifying. So negatives cancel out, and then 3 divided by 8, you can go ahead and do it on the calculator. You're going to get a decimal number, but for the sake of this being really, really exact, we're just going to leave those numbers in there since we can simplify, right? If it were to be 4 divided by 8, then we can simplify this into 1/2. Okay, so you can always simplify the fractions to its lowest terms, and whenever the fraction is on the lowest terms, you can just leave it as it is. Okay, let's go ahead and divide the y's. Okay, and the easiest way to say this is well, since I have y divided by y, those are going to cancel out. Okay, but if you follow the rules of exponents, you're dividing two variables that have an exponent of 1 in here. Okay, so this will be y to the power of 1 minus 1. Okay, which later this is going to become y to the power of 0, which is the same as 1. That's a way to say those y's cancel out because they become a 1, right? A 1 is in just a constant. Okay, so let's go ahead and just leave it as y divided by y. They cancel out. And then can you see the same thing is going to happen for the letter n, right? N divided by n, those are going to be canceled out. And then we're left with the m. Okay, and let's go ahead and apply the rules of exponents to this letter m. So when you have a division of variables, you have to subtract those exponents, top minus bottom. Okay, so the result is going to be m to the power of top minus bottom, and the exponent on the top is 4, the exponent on the bottom is 7. So we keep going on this expression. I'm just going to leave it like 3/8 m to the power of 4 minus 7, that's going to be -3. Now at this point, you can still simplify this expression because you still have a negative exponent, and we have a rule for negative exponents. Okay, so right now, as you see that m's are always the variables are always divided by 1 if they don't have a denominator. That's the same thing as saying they are on the top. Okay, so that m is on the top of a fraction and it's divided by 1. Okay, now we want to apply the rules of exponents into this m to the power of -3. Then we have to get the reciprocal of it. Okay, and the reciprocal will be sending this m to the bottom of the fraction, and that way this exponent is going to change sign. Okay, and this is what we're going to do. Okay, so I'm just going to have everything in the same fraction. So I have a big fraction with a 3 on top and an 8 on bottom. And before, this m used to be on the top. Okay, and now we're going to send it to the bottom because we have to get the reciprocal. So the way to do that is just going to write it on the bottom. And can you see that the exponent is now positive? That's a positive 3 as an exponent. It's not negative anymore because we are getting rid of that negative exponent by getting the reciprocal, by sending it to the opposite side of the equation. And since over here we don't have anything else to do, it looks like that's going to be my answer. Okay, 3 divided by 8 m to the power of 3. Okay, so please let me know if you have any other questions and I will gladly work those out for you.